Hi guys, thank you so much for joining me on another episode of Love Code on YouTube. If this is the first time that you're watching any of my videos, thank you so much for clicking and watching this video. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss a thing from here on, and make sure you turn on your notifications. Today I want to talk about a very interesting subject, which is positions in sexual positions in marriage. I'm stammering. Wow. Okay, so we're going to talk about sexual positions in marriage. What is the best sexual position? What is the best sex position in marriage? And like I said, when it comes to talking about sex, I know many people have reservations about sex. People don't want to talk about it. People would rather just quietly do their thing. But the truth of the matter is that this is something that we can't avoid. This is something that we think about. This is something that we do. This is something that causes trouble in marriage. It's something that couples fight about, right? So why don't we talk about it? So I'm not shying away from any of these topics. That's why we're confronting them head on. Okay, and today we want to talk about sex positions. What is the best sex position in marriage for couples? Okay. Now, I'm not going to say a lot about this. This is not going to be a long video at all, right? I'm just good because I'm not an expert on sex, right? I'm just going to say exactly what I think, okay? This is what I always think when it comes to this. What I always advise couples. If you practice this principle, it's amazing, okay? It will do a lot of amazing things. Usually, the position that the wife likes is different from that the husband likes most of the time. It's very rare to find a situation where both couples are perfectly agreed on one particular sexual position. But it's just the way it is. Sometimes that happens, right? But it's very rare. Now, so what I usually advise couples is whatever position makes your partner happy, whatever position satisfies your partner, that should actually be your favorite position. But I've also discovered that is easier said than done. It's very challenging because sometimes we want our own needs to be met as well. But here is what I always say: if the two of you will take that principle and practice it, you will find out that things will be easy. Because like we always say, marriage is about two givers, not two receivers. If the two of you are giving, if two of you think about it that way, that my favorite position is what my spouse, some of us don't even know what our spouse favorite sexual position is. You know their favorite food, but you don't know their sexual position because sometimes you have never asked, you have never talked about it. You shy away from those things, so you've never really. If you just asked to say, okay, do you like this or do you not like this? Some marriages, some couples don't have conversations like that. They don't say anything, so they don't even know, right? And some wives are not happy, with the way things are going. Some husbands are not happy, but they just keep quiet because it's almost like a taboo to talk about church, maybe for religious, reasons. And that's religion. That's not you being a Christian doesn't mean that you should not talk about sex with your partner. Right? It's outside of marriage that it's a different story altogether. So you must be able to talk about that and find out if what you're doing is working. I mean, what's the point of doing this? I mean, they say to do the same thing over and over again and expect a different result is another definition of insanity. So you can't just keep going and expecting that things will be good, but your partner is not happy. So you want to think about that and talk about it and ask them, what is it? So this is my big advice here for couples is usually your favorite sex position should be your partner's favorite sex position. Should be what your partner wants. And if the two of you think about it that way, things will be easy. And this is how you can make that work. You need to have an unspoken rule, right? Where you guys, it's almost as though you take turns with those positions. Where you don't have to even have anything formal about it. Where you just know that because you are looking out for each other, you know that if today we went about it this way, then the next time we should go about it the other way, which is that that this is the way my wife likes this. So don't insist on it being done your own way all the time. That's what I'm saying. So if you have it done this way today, you can switch it up the next time and just do it the way your partner prefers, right? And do it that way. You just alternate it, and it doesn't have to. It's an unspoken rule, right? Where you just know that okay, this is what my partner prefers, and don't let it just be all about you. And you don't even have to wait till the next time. There's no law that says that you can't have sex more than, you can't have different positions at one time. Okay, you have to experiment. This is your wife, this is your husband. It's not. There's no rule against that. As long as you're not doing something that your husband is not happy with or your wife is not happy with, something that your spouse is completely against or that defiles their conscience. If they feel like this thing is a no-no, then it should be a no for you as well. It's not something you should fight about. That's what marriage is all about. That's the compromise. That's the thing that marriage demands, that you guys are on the same page, that you agree together. It's not just insisting on something and saying it's not a sin. If your partner doesn't like it and it defiles him or her, their conscience, then it has become a sin for you. That's what the scripture teaches. So you want to think about that. And there are some things that you may have to stop because your partner doesn't like, and that's just the way it is, right? So, but the most important thing is that it's not just something that you are keeping quiet about, something that is in your mind, but you are not talking about it. You have to talk about it. You have to express it, and it has to be something that you are both looking out for. Right? Okay. So having said that, there are some positions though that medically have been proven to be better if you are in the phase where you're trying to get pregnant. You stand a better chance with some positions as against some other ones. And that's something you can research or ask your doctor about. Okay. But so it's proven, and that's out there. So you have to know that, right? So but for Christians out there, missionary is not the only sexual position that there is. There are other ways to do this. The idea is to grow with your spouse to do that, and you don't have to get into pornography or anything to understand that you can experiment with your partner. That's what this whole thing was meant to be in the first place. You're supposed to be naked and not be ashamed, and try things and try different things, and be creative about it, and not just to be fixed on one thing and say, this is the good way to do it, or this is the Christian way to have sex. There's nothing like that. It doesn't exist. Okay, so you have to understand that and try new things, and especially if what you are doing is not working, if your partner is not happy, or they have reservations, or they always express dissatisfaction about it. And if you try things and your partner expresses some kind of resentment or dislike for it, then that should be the end of it. So at the end of the day, this whole issue of sex should be about satisfying our partners and helping our marriage, not separating, not putting distance between us because we're trying to satisfy ourselves. So that's extremely important. All right, so that's all I'm going to say about this for today. I know this is a topic that many people like to shy away from, even from me. Just expressing it. Sometimes you want to pick your words correctly and just make sure that you're not saying anything that is R-rated. So yeah, that's all I'm going to say about that for today. All right. So thank you so much for watching today's video. Like the video if you do. Subscribe to the channel. Make sure you turn on your notifications so that you know when I have a new video out. I usually have new videos out on Sundays, 6 p.m. Atlantic Daylight Time. And thank you guys for your response concerning Believer's House. If you still haven't heard, Believer's House is coming. That's the local church that we're planting here in the city of Halifax, Nova Scotia. And we have interest meetings coming up. So you want to stay connected with us on all of our social media handles. Check out the YouTube channel, subscribe to it, and just keep up to date with us, and we'll keep you informed as to what's going on here. So until I see you again next week, God bless you.